Hi, this is Gary from 3Bug Media, and today we're going to answer the question, how much does Google AdWords cost? So to answer the question, technically Google AdWords doesn't cost anything, meaning there's no fee to join the platform, there's no ongoing monthly subscription fees or anything like that. With Google AdWords, you only pay on what's called a cost per click basis, meaning only pay when somebody clicks on an ad and then visits your website or landing page. So it's a pay for performance type of model that we have. The question that you probably really want answered is, how much do I need to spend on AdWords in order to run a successful campaign? And that's what we're going to cover here today. So in order to determine what the budget should be, we need some pieces of information. We need what our estimated cost per click is going to be for the keywords that you're going to be targeting. We need the estimated search volume for those keywords to make sure we're getting enough volume to generate enough clicks for your campaign. And we need to know an estimated conversion rate. And that's not going to come from Google AdWords, that's actually going to come from you. So if you know how many visitors come to your website and how many conversions you get out of that, great, because you can kind of use that as a starting point. If not, you're going to make a more of a general estimate with that. So these are the three things that we need, at least as a starting point, to get a general idea of how much we should be spending. And we're going to use the Google Keyword Planner in order to do that. And I'm going to add a link down in the show notes so you can go visit that. It's a pretty easy tool to use. It's inside Google AdWords. It's free, and it'll give you a lot of this data that we're going to talk about in a minute. So first thing we need is our estimated cost per click. And when you go into the Google AdWords Planner, the Google Keyword Planner, it's going to give you a general estimate. So if you put in a key term, it'll show you the keyword and it'll show you estimated volume, what your search volume is going to be, and it'll also show you an estimated cost per click. Now these are just general estimates. They will always be different when you run the campaign, but if you see something, an average of say $5 a click estimate, it's probably safe to say you're not going to be spending 25 cents a click. It's going to be somewhere in that ballpark, give or take $1 or $2 on there. And the reason for that is when you're actually running your campaign, your cost per clicks are determined by a lot of different factors. It's determined by something called quality score, the quality of your keywords, your ads, your landing pages, the performance, how many people click on your ads over time, things like that. So there's a lot of factors that make up the true cost of your cost per click, but your estimated cost is a good starting point when you're running some rough numbers. Same thing with search volume. You'll have some general estimates for search volume. It may change a little bit here or there. And for your estimated conversion rates, like I just said, it's going to come from you. So I'll give you an example. Say you have 1,000 visitors a month coming to your website and you get, say, 10 leads a month from it, from phone calls, people filling out contact forms, things like that. So you can estimate for every 100 visitors, I generate a lead for my business. So that may be your average conversion rate for your visitor traffic on your website. Google AdWords may convert better or could convert worse. Typically it'll be better because you'll be targeting very specific search terms, where your website, you may get a lot of general traffic, maybe social media traffic, things like that, that aren't going to convert as well as Google AdWords. So that'll give you a general estimate on there. So I'm going to give you an example of how this works, okay? Say we have Jim. He's a landscaper in Charlotte and he wants to get started on Google AdWords, okay? So he goes to the Google Keyword Planner, he types in landscaping, and he sets the targeting to Charlotte. And that'll give him search data specifically for Charlotte in only that area. So some of the keywords that pop up, two of the ones that intrigue him are landscaping companies and landscaping services. Those are pretty specific terms and generally indicates people are looking for a landscaping company or a landscaping service. The estimated cost for landscaping company is $7.20 with an estimated search volume of 10 to 100 searches a month. Landscaping services, $5.74 is the estimate. Same thing, 10 to 100 searches a month. You'll notice that the search volume is a range of estimate. And the reason they do that is if you're new to AdWords, you don't run an account, but you have a free AdWords account, you actually can sign up and not run a campaign and still use the tool. Or you're just starting out and you have a very small budget. What Google does, they give you general search estimates on there Once you start to spend more money with Google, you start to get more specific search volume data, but this is a good place to start. So now we have keywords we want to target, we have an estimated price, and we have a roundabout estimate of how many searches we're going to get a month, okay? Now Jim has determined from his own website and his own estimates for his business that for every 10 clicks, he thinks he'll get a lead. So 10 to 1, 10 clicks, 1 lead, and he's determined that because on his current website, every 40 visitors, he generates a lead, but he gets a lot of general traffic from social media, from Facebook, things like that, which don't convert well. So he thinks with a targeted campaign, he can get that down to 10 clicks per lead, okay? So if we break that down, Jim wants to get 10 leads a month with his AdWords campaign. That's his goal. So if we break that down, if he gets 100 clicks at $6.47 per click, which is an average of these two search terms, that will cost him $647 a month to generate those 10 leads, because to get those 10 leads, he'll need 100 clicks at least on there. So $647 a month, or if you break that down, $21.28 a day for a daily ad budget. And that's broken down by dividing 647 by 30.4, which will give you an average month on there. Okay, so this is an estimate. So this is basically a rough estimate of what Jim will need to spend at a minimum to meet his goal of 10 leads a month. Now, like I said, these are all rough estimates. They will change once you actually start running your campaign and start getting data, hopefully for the better. But it's a good starting point. And at least now Jim knows that, you know, if he had a $100 a month budget in his head, he knows that's probably not a reality for him now. So now he knows he needs to spend at least $650 a month on AdWords, preferably more. And that gets to our little side note here. If you're starting an AdWords campaign, you really should be shooting for 10 clicks a day, minimum for a month if you're starting a new campaign. And that'll give you the minimum amount of click data in order to determine if Google AdWords is working for you or not. So if we took this example here and Jim said, you know what, I have a budget of $5 a day, he'll never get enough volume, enough click data volume to make a determination if Google AdWords is actually working for him or not. Okay, so you have to be realistic with it. So strive for 10 clicks a day at a bare minimum. Even if your calculation comes out a little bit differently, I would bump it up to 10 clicks a day, which is about just over 300 clicks a month. But if your cost per clicks are high and you don't have the budget, then I would go with this formula here. At least it'll give you an estimate. And if you don't have that $647 or $650 a month to spend in your gym, I would wait until you do have enough, because the worst thing you want to do is spend $3 a day, $5 a day. You may never get a conversion because you just don't have enough volume, enough click volume to get those leads. And that's based on your own conversion rates for your website. Okay, so like I said, I'll put the Google Keyword Planner link in the show notes here. And if you have any questions about Google AdWords, about online marketing, you can visit us at 3bugmedia.com, and you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel below. Thank you very much, and have a good day.